Men are not actually worried of being falsely accused.
I called child services on my ex because he pissed me off. Should have been nicer to me, bitch.
No, men are not worried, but we should make them worry.
Noah! Yeah, when you get the boat, that one's not allowed on it.
Oh, baby, no, it's don't gotta be so.
False allegations has been a hot topic on social media this month, finally, as it's an important issue that we need to be talking about. Reason for this is because a young man by the name of the Inquisitor, a talented cosplayer, musician, he took his own life live on TikTok after a slew of false allegations were made against him. A minor, who we only know by the name of AJ, lied about her age in order to date the Inquisitor, and after he shut her down, fully believing that she was a grown-up, she went to her overage boyfriend and lied and said that he'd hit on her. Margot Zorn, also known as Keegan's Mask, Bravo07, and Tito's Acting Badly, all teamed up to convince their large social media platforms that the Inquisitor was in fact a child groomer and a pedophile. It's unfortunate that it took that senseless tragedy in order for the world to open up their eyes as to the power and the dangers behind false allegations, but here we are. So today's video is on a woman who went on a podcast. I'm not sure what podcast, but she very loudly and proudly proclaimed the fact that she made a false allegation against her ex-boyfriend and her children that caused social services to show up at their door. Now, either this was such a long time ago that she feels comfortable saying this story so publicly, or it's fake. But she says it with such confidence that it leads me to believe that it's real, or she believes that it's real. I mean, let's take a look together.
Because I was like, I felt so bad about it. I called like child services on this one. I called child services on my ex because he pissed me off, and then I was like, yeah, I'm done with this person, whatever, like, you know, cheater, fucking piece of shit, lies about dumb shit. He had kids. I called child services on his ass, and I like fabricated everything and like said certain things, and they like went to the door, and like there was a whole process. Like, I don't even know if the children's aid worker still visits them, but she probably does, because what I sent, like the way I AI'd that shit, you know, like real AI shit, like fake bruises type shit.
Be careful, fellas.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
So you faked bruises, you faked shit, and then you just made like an exaggeration story, and then
on their on his kids.
Yeah.
Like, so hit, like, yeah, then they came and they were like, oh, like, we're seeing stuff that your kids are being abused. You know, you could lose your kids. And I was just like, that sucks.
That sucks.
Yeah, should have been nicer to me, bitch.
Noah! Yeah, when you get the boat, that one's not allowed on it. Agreed? Okay. I don't know why people can't seem to get this through their head, but just because somebody is like a bad partner, a bad husband, that does not always mean that they're a bad father. But for some reason, people just feel justified throwing innocent children into the mix and into harm's way over their own hurt feelings. I mean, I see it all the time with married couples where one cheats and they're like, I'm taking your kids forever. Like, that helps your children, like he fucking cheated on the kids. I mean, there's just no correlation, and it's evil, despicable behavior. The fact that Bad Baby's drunk auntie is on some podcast bragging about this really just shows that it's gotta be somewhat socially acceptable. If it wasn't a socially acceptable thing to say, then you wouldn't broadcast it on such a public platform. And then you have women on the internet who have the fucking audacity to spew shit like this.
Men are not actually worried of being falsely accused of SA. If they were, they would watch the things that they say and do around the women that they are interested with very carefully. They would be reluctant to touch a woman who seems uninterested or unwilling to be with them. They would be checking over and over again before initiating sexual contact. They would never even consider pressuring, coercing, intimidating, or tricking a woman who is unwilling to sleep with them. They would not even be coming close to women who show clear signs of not wanting them around. But they do all of these things anyway. No, men are not worried, but we should make them worry.
Somebody please explain to her what a false allegation is. Most of the things she listed off there is a fucking crime. Coercing, intimidating. Ma'am, do you know the difference between an allegation that's true and a false allegation? Like, this is the type of delusional, I inhaled too much red hair dye type of women that are out here, and it just baffles my fucking mind. Like, it's crazy to me that women like that exist who literally cannot fathom the fact that a woman can make a false allegation. But then there's women out there like that girl who will go on a podcast and proudly proclaim that she made a false allegation that put somebody's child at risk. You have Stacia Randall, the woman who most of you guys know from the Ghost Adventures show. That was one of my favorite shows as a kid. Her ex-boyfriend, Good Time Charlie, well, not even ex, he didn't want to be exclusive with her. So she hacked into his Meta accounts, then created a fake account pretending to be a 15-year-old, staged conversations between the two of them using his account, and then posted it on her very public platform for her followers to then believe that he was luring a 15-year-old girl to his farm. The police did an entire investigation on this, exonerated him, proved the fact that she was the one who hacked into his accounts. The sheriff went on a men's rights advocate's channel, her name is The Manicured Mom, and he exonerated him publicly. Take a look.
Hello, I'm Sheriff Scott Childers. I'm the Sheriff of Ray County, and I've been working the case on Good Time Charlie. And through our investigation, we have proven that Good Time Charlie is innocent of the accusations that were made against him from Stacia Randall.
Even after all this, Stacia Randall still has sponsorships with the Travel Channel. Her TikTok is still very much public, and she has numerous videos on there of her mocking Good Time Charlie, despite the fact that her allegations made it so that Good Time Charlie's 9-year-old daughter was doxxed and threatened. I'm gonna link her TikTok below. If you could just take 2 seconds to report it, because this woman does not deserve to have a fucking platform. I've also linked Good Time Charlie's socials in the description below if you want to go give him some support. He's amazing, and I follow him cross-platform. False allegations are something that need to be taken seriously. It's a discussion we need to have because men lose their lives to this. Fuck just the loss of community support, the loss of confidence. They lose their lives. Men take their own lives because they believe that that's the only way out. If you have been falsely accused, the best thing you can do is, number one, take a screenshot and make records of every single conversation that you have had with your accuser, as well as reporting it to the police and documenting and reporting any further contact. When you report it to the police, it forces the police to do an investigation, which means that they will take their phone, the person accusing you, and they'll go through it. Things about false accusers is that they're not very smart. So there will be a conversation in there with their friend, with you, something they've tried to delete, that will exonerate you. Reach out to the supports around you. I'm talking immediate support, a best friend, family I would recommend the most though. And don't be afraid to go to the police. Don't be afraid to stand your ground. I faced publicly heinous allegations. On my podcast, Roma's Man Cave, one of the first episodes, I go through in detail all the allegations I was going through at that time. Because it was so public and so constant for so long, it put my mental health in a hole, and I did take an attempt on my life that landed me in the ICU for a week. I'm going to be reaching out to that sheriff who exonerated Charlie, and I'm going to be asking him to come on my channel, do an interview with me, and I'm going to be asking him what steps I can take to legislate it so that false allegations become criminal. Because while people are making false allegations, they're also committing other crimes. Stacia Randall hacked into somebody's personal information, which is illegal. She could also be charged with falsifying evidence, lying to the police, and identity fraud, considering she logged into his accounts to pretend to be him. Problem is that a lot of police don't want to press charges on these types of things because they don't believe that it's actually going to be seen through in court. So you can hire a lawyer and you can have that lawyer press charges for you. A lot of people don't know that, but you can go a step above the police as long as there's a case. So for that woman, let's be honest, her only career in life is probably going to be in the adult film industry. In case she ever tries to work with kids, let's make this viral because she clearly has no problem using children as collateral to her pettiness. Thank you so much for watching. Before I go, I just want to give you guys a sneak peek to my brand new artist, Selly Cisco. He's not hip hop, he's a very different genre, a different realm, but I think you guys will really like him. This song isn't released yet, but let me know if you think it should be.
Hey there.